the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I am waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I am waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the building. Let your friends and family members know about the channel. And please, please, please share the video if you can. Let people know that we do exist over here at TD Fans Talk. Shout out to Steve Malloy, the homies in the building. How are you? Andres Negron in the house. What's going on, man? Listen, Aquavision, I see you in here. Muck Baby, Skull, Cap for Life. Salute, man. That's my brother, man. That is my brother. And Kenna Rankin, salute to you. I'm glad to see you guys rocking with us this morning. We won't be as long this morning, but we got a few things that we definitely want to discuss. We're going to be diving into the Christian Wilkins situation further. 18-game regular season is being proposed. Also, L'Jarius Sneed to the Dolphins. We're going to talk about that. And then players, mothers, clapping at fans online. All right. So that'll be interesting. All right, yeah, let me add that one. All right. Before we even get started, I'm gonna take literally 1 minute and ask you, the chat. Y'all know how I do this often because I don't want to leave anything out. Is there anything Dolphin news related that you want me to cover this morning that I haven't covered over the last several days? put it in the chat right now, and so I can make sure that I hit it for you. So give it to me right now. Any subject or question you might have in general, make sure you put it in the chat right now. All right. So that we can cover it. All right. So you got less than, you got a minute, 1 minute, and then we're going to dive in. All right. And while we're waiting, I want you all to know that this stream is being powered by BetUS. All right. The link is in the description of the video. BetUS has been a proud sponsor of TD Fans Talk all season, going back to last season, now into this off season. So I just want you all to know that supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. Thank you for those who do support. Thank you for those who at least share it. All right. Whenever I post things online and things of that nature, greatly appreciated. All right. I'm happy. Let me see. What is that? Yeah. Okay. I got it. All right. So happy that they are a partner of the channel. They give you an opportunity to receive a 125% bonus. The link is in the description of the video. That was my podcast background. The link is in the description of the video. All right. They're going to give you 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Not just your first one anymore, but your first 3 deposits. Here's an official word from our sponsor.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
BetUS, where the game begins. Listen, you can go into BetUS. It has everything: the sports book, live betting, casino, race book, and more. Make sure you check it out. You already know on the football props, they have them up already. NFL draft is coming up. You can look at the odds of who will be selected first. They also have the MVP. Who's going to win the MVP award right now? Patrick Mahomes is the favorite, going all the way down to a Tagovailoa is plus 1,800. That is a huge. If you think Tua gonna win the MVP, that's your bet, man. That's a lot of money to be made. All right. Definitely a lot of money to be made. In our own division, Josh Allen has the second best odds, tied with Joe Burrow at plus 800. You also have Justin Herbert with Harbaugh now plus 1,200. It's going to be very interesting. You put $100 down, you win 1,200. All right. So get in the game, BetUS. Remember, gamble responsibly. They also have gambler's insurance as well. And if you have any issue with gambling, they have resources that can help you as well. Okay. All right. So supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. Make sure you check out BetUS. All right. 24/7 customer service and 24-hour fast and easy payouts. All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to dive in real quick. Let me see here. Let me go back to see if anybody had any questions. All right. Someone said, why keep Tua? Let's talk about it. Why keep Tua? All right. Draft. Who should be the pick? Or should Miami trade back for the draft? Who should we pick at 21, or do we trade back? All right. Mike Evans' new deal just drive up Waddle price. I haven't even checked out Mike Evans' deal. Mike Evans' new deal drive up Waddle price. I'll go check that out, see what that's about. All right, free agent to target if Wilkins not here. All right, let me see any more. All right, does Tua have enough support all right on the team to warrant playoff win? All right. If yes, what's the plan? Plan. All right. Let's see any more. All right. I think we're good. TD, I like the short clip ups on both channels. Keep it up. Yeah. I'm gonna do that going forward. That's why I'm doing these in segments. That's why I get the topics now instead of just going and bleeding them all through together. I do it in segments and then I break it up. Y'all can go check them out individually for what interests you. All right. Yeah, I watched the combine. Yeah, I know Penix looked good at the combine. Oh, let me see here. I think we're good. I think I'm gonna stop right there. Okay. Oh, Evans 2-year, 52 million. Oh, that's cheap. That's cheap. That's cheap. Yeah. They got Evans on a good deal. That's because of his age. That's all. That's only because of his age. Yeah, if he was 5 years younger, you can add about 7 million a year to that. So or 5 million a year to that. So you'll see when Justin Jefferson get his cash. It's going to be about 32, 33 million a year. You'll see. All right. All right, so let's dive in real quick. Let me see here. I got about 10 topics. So we're gonna try to hit the first 5. We're gonna hit the first 5, and then I'll do another live stream and hit the other 5. All right. Because I have Bleacher Report as well. I have them at 11 a.m. So I have less than an hour. So let's go ahead and dive in, take care of business, and get her done. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, Christian Wilkins. All right. Christian Wilkins' situation looks like it's getting even more serious now. All right. I think we need to prepare for him to be gone for real. I don't see a ninth hour where they sign a long-term deal. I mean, it's possible, but they probably have to offer him exactly what he wants. Otherwise, Christian Wilkins is hitting free agency, and there's going to be a multitude of teams that are highly likely to snatch him up for the price that he wants. Someone made me laugh so hard yesterday when I went online. You know, they put a video of 2 guys hysterically going crazy, laughing, falling on the ground. And I'm like, what is this about? And then I read the caption. And the caption said, the only first round pick that Greer ended up signing on a long-term deal since he took over was Austin Jackson. And that tells you all you need to know. Insane. Insane. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. But hey, here we are in this situation now. Christian Wilkins might be on his way out. I'm hoping something happens in the next, 8 days because, well, first of all, the franchise tag situation, I think you have until tomorrow or something like that. And I'll look that up in just a moment. Tag situation in a moment, okay? And I'm pulling it up as I talk, by the way. But yeah, franchise tag deadline 2024. March 5th. Oh, tomorrow. tomorrow. So we're going to know a lot tomorrow. If they don't tag Christian Wilkins by tomorrow, then the only way out is giving him the big deal if he accepts it. It's that simple. The only way is to give him the big deal. And is that what Chris Grier wants to do? We're going to definitely keep our eye on this situation. And tomorrow we're going to come back or Wednesday after it's all said and done. And we'll talk about the options then and what they're going to do. Man, oh man, this is getting serious. It's like we're like, nah, they ain't gonna let him walk. Just let him walk, you know. And then, you know, everybody say, you know, well, Chris Grier, he's gonna at least get a 3rd round compensatory pick. Here's the crazy part about that. If you're going after compensatory pick, you have to be at a deficit. What that means is you let a high quality player into free agency. But if you bring in any players of the same caliber or they end up being the same caliber via free agency, you don't get a compensatory pick. You only get a compensatory pick of the deficit you were at. So let me give you an example. Say you let Christian Wilkins walk in free agency because you're going after a 3rd round compensatory pick. But then you bring in Aaron Jones. You ain't getting no compensatory pick. That's how that works. It's what did you lose versus you brought in, and then they have a scale that tells you what you're eligible for a compensatory pick. So the reason why that bothers me is in free agency, how active is he going to be if he let Christian Wilkins walk? Because if you're going to be trying to be heavily active and trying to spend money, then you're offsetting what you can benefit from the compensatory pick, even though we don't have the money like that anyway to be crazy spenders in free agency. This whole thing is just a mess. Like, our books are jacked up. Do you notice everybody out here debating our financials? That only points to one man. He put us in this situation. Why? Because first of all, he missed on so many draft picks that were supposed to replace some of these stars. And then when he realized he missed, he had to go replace them anyway and go spend even more money on big stars. Ramsey was a straight up draft pick miss. When you talk about Cam Smith and Noah Igbenogany, these are facts. There's too many situations like this up and down the roster. Teron Armstead was a pickup only because he missed on Austin Jackson at the left tackle position. It's ridiculous. Jay Stone said, TD, you starting to sound like a broken record. Yeah, because this is the news. This is all we have. There ain't nothing new. But now we're walking. See, the reason why I sound like a broken record is because I predicted this stuff before it even went down. I'm just here sounding like a broken record now. I'm telling you, remember I told you about this? Remember I warned you about this last year, the year before that? We shouldn't be making this move. We're only making this move because Chris Grier failed, and this is going to put us in a bad position a year from now or 2 years from now. Do you remember that? So instead of sounding like a broken record, maybe it should be, TD, you sounded like you were right all this time. Because now all the other people who do streams, all the other writers, they're saying what I'm saying now, but they don't sound like a broken record. Because they were telling you one thing before, and now they're telling you a whole different thing. So what, they get that benefit now that it's fresh for them? No, that's right. I'm going to sound like a broken record because I've been telling y'all this before it even went down. I'm always up on stuff ahead of time because I evaluate this team in its entirety and what's expected to happen based off of the decisions we make. It don't mean it's going to always happen that way, but I go off of probability versus possibility. You're getting all of this content of possibility, and are you taking notes on how many of these possibilities presented to you never come to fruition? But I'm giving you content on the probability, the likelihood of situations, and I'm having a high success rate of calling it. I got to get knocked for it. I got to get knocked for it. Jay, stop bringing up that Culpepper stuff. I don't even remember when Culpepper played for us. I think I remember. I watched him, but I don't even remember that man. Listen, at the end of the day, this is a sad thing because the Miami Dolphins should be in a position where they can pay Christian Wilkins. That's all I'm saying. We should have been in a position where we could have paid him his money and had done so comfortably. Or is he even worth it? We can go to that conversation too. Is he worth it? See, I feel like he's a casualty as well, where Christian Wilkins ain't worth $25 million a year. I want y'all to get that straight now. He's not worth $25 million a year, but the market dictates that he is. But y'all know how I feel about the market. At some point, you got to buck the market and say, I don't care what the market say. I know what you're worth, and I'm not paying more than that. So in that regards, you can respect what Chris Greer's doing, but it's just sad that he didn't have a contingency plan all this time. He never had a contingency plan, and that's failure on his behalf. I'm not mad that he's not going to pay him, but look at the position you put the team in all this time. Because you failed at so many positions, you couldn't have a contingency plan. You had to worry about other positions just from the starters. And that's where the issue comes from in this entire situation. No, Christian Wilkins ain't worth no $25 million. But it's funny to me how fans will say he ain't worth 25, so don't pay it. But we know Tua ain't worth no 55, but we'll holler, well, the market dictates it though. Stop. It's a contradiction. Okay? But that's your latest on Christian Wilkins' situation, ladies and gentlemen. All right, moving along. The NFL is trying to propose an 18 regular season in the NFL. They're trying to propose this with the NFLPA. Now, these are rumors, but they've been trying to do this for like 2 to 3 years now. So it really isn't a rumor, but this is what a lot of rumblings by who was it? I forgot which outlet reported it, that they heard these rumblings at the combine. But they've been trying this for a while now. That's why they first of all, they went to the 18-game season, and the NFLPA grumbled about it, and they met in the middle at 17. But the NFL's trying as hard as they can to get that 18th season. I want it. I want it, and I want it, and I want it, and I want it bad. But here's what I want. I want the 18-game season, but here's how I want it. First of all, I want 2 bye weeks now. I want every team to be able to afford 2 bye weeks, and the bye weeks start after week 4, somewhere around that time. Okay? Also, now we only should do 2 preseason games. All right? We will also start the regular season 2 weeks earlier, because you need 2 additional weeks if you add a bye week and add a game. So what you need to do is push the entire NFL schedule behind, push it 1 whole week, okay? So when people report to camp and everything, push it 1 whole week. Y'all give me 1 moment. Let me fix something here. Sorry, y'all. My bad. Why is this thing lagging? All right. So what I was saying is what they need to do is push the regular season forward one entire week. Okay. Push it forward a week. Start everything earlier, right? Training camp, everything. Okay. The first preseason game is 1 week earlier. The second preseason game, obviously, in that first game slot, right? And then you have the same situation you normally have, but the regular season starts a week early. So instead of September 9th or September 11th, it's going to start September 2nd or whatever it may be. First week of September. All right. So in July, first preseason game in the first week, second preseason game in the second week. Third week of July, you got your cuts. Okay. Fourth week of July, they're practicing, and then they start the regular season first week of September. Because it's been starting like the second week of September as of late. That's what I would like to see happen. I know that the players don't like it. If they could put the second buy in, I don't see a problem with it because it's more money for the players. Do you see how the salary cap's been going up? That's also a direct correlation with the fact that there's an additional game and there wasn't 3 years ago. A lot of people don't correlate the two. You got a whole nother game. So these salary caps can be going up faster, which means players' values can go up faster and they could make more money entering into the NFL. But I think you're going to have to do that second buy. And I think they need to increase the rosters to 55 players now. Have an increase in the roster as well. Another week, there's more injuries. You know, that's just how it works. Also, something that was proposed is get rid of the first round bye. 18 playoff. Get rid of the first team bye, have your 18 playoffs. Everybody on the same field is just your record is all indicative of a good record plays a bad team in the first round. But I like that. Get rid of that first round bye and go ahead and have an 18 playoff. I think that's what it needs to be moving forward. But we'll see what they decide. That means training camp will start earlier, which I love, but reduce this empty summer. Reduce the empty summer. We want more football. All right. All right. So yeah, man. That's my take on the 18 regular season games. Okay. All right. Let's hit one more topic before I get out of here and get ready for the Bleacher Report stream. L'Jarius Sneed. Okay. He's being rumored as one of the targets for the Miami Dolphins. Right now, this would be via trade because they franchise tagged him at $19 million. So if they decide to trade him, somebody will have to give up draft capital. Not only that, he would be a 4-year, $65 million. That's the estimated. I think he's going to be about 4 years, $70 million. Okay. He's going to be in that range where you're talking, 17 or 18 million a year. All right. I don't want to hear nothing about no L'Jarius Sneed to Miami. It makes absolutely no sense, which also makes me feel like Greer would do something crazy like that. TD, why are you saying that? We need to replace X. Hold on. First of all, they're not going to replace X. They're going to go with Cam Smith. Second off, if they did do something like that and replace Xavier Howard, then you've officially given up on Cam Smith. That is a fact. It ain't he could play the slot. No, he's a boundary corner. Stop. That means you have officially given up on Cam Smith. Because if you're spending that kind of money on L'Jarius Sneed, we already know what you got on Jalen Ramsey, in which you might be restructuring Jalen Ramsey or extending him anyway, which is going to kick him down the road even longer. There ain't no room for no Cam Smith. There ain't no room for him. Outside of being a certified backup. It may, and Cam can be depth. Well, he's at a cheap price. I'll give you that as a second round pick. But at the same token, it ain't making no sense, y'all. It makes absolutely no sense. And then on top of it, you're going to invest like $18 million a year on a corner, knowing that you had to come off of that number at some point anyway. It's not adding up, ladies and gentlemen. It really isn't. But this Chris Greer, I can see him doing something crazy like this. And at the time, people ain't gonna say it's crazy. I'm gonna even root for it. But at the same token, long term, what are you doing? I'm still like, where's your path at, Chris Greer? We don't understand anything. But y'all notice how quiet it's been. You notice how quiet it's been. This man is scrambling, trying to figure this out. You notice how quiet it's been. Outside of those cuts, time is ticking. Franchise tag is tomorrow. Time is ticking. You got 8 days before free agency start, and we know that tampering period is a little bit before it. Time is ticking, and we ain't hearing nothing. Because Chris Greer trying to figure it out. He trying to figure out the people on the roster right now. Talk about free agents. Then he like, okay, what replacement free agents can we go get? That's what he looking into. Replacement free agents. Who are the replacement free agents? You know, who can I offer some money? Now you're going to have to overpay for a replacement free agent. You're going to have to overpay for a replacement free agent. If you let Christian Wilkins walk, you might go get a defensive tackle that's worth $8 million and you might pay 12. Because you definitely can't lose out on the position, so you got to be a little more aggressive. You can't afford to lose out on the positions. Certain positions we cannot afford to lose out on. And L'Jarius Sneed would not make that any easier. Plus, you'd probably have to give up a solid draft pick. You ain't got no third or fourth. It might be a second-round draft pick you might have to give up. Y'all think we want to do that? That's the reason we're in this issue now. We gave up too much high draft capital just to have the roster we have now. I already told y'all, when you look at Tyreek Hill, Jalen Ramsey, Bradley Chubb, we literally gave up 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick and a whole bunch of late-rounders just to bring those big names in. I'm telling you, that was a mistake. You should have just kept rebuilding and kept drafting. Let me tell you. See, oh boy, this will get me mad and people don't understand. Let me tell you why I say that. Instead of bringing in Tyreek, Ramsey, and Chubb, you should have kept your 3 first-round picks and your second-round pick and your late-rounders and kept drafting. Why? Because if Flores can win 9 and 10 games without them guys, then why couldn't you draft three or four more potential studs and Mike McDaniel's genius have won at least the same amount, if not one more? Oh, I forgot. He did win one more with all of that. He won one more game with all of that. Adding all of that. And we don't think about that. We don't never think about that. We should have drafted players with those picks. Because if Flores can get 9 and 10 wins without any of those guys, then we should have drafted a young core with those picks. And Mike McDaniel should have still been able to have this team go to the playoffs. But, you know, do you think he would have had him go into the playoffs? I don't know. Because we know how much Tyreek was needed and all that stuff. It is what it is. It is what it is. So the L'Jarius Sneed thing, I don't like it. All right. But thank y'all for coming through this morning. I'm going to be live again before the huddle at 3 p.m. So y'all come back through. I'm going to try to finish out this list and get more into it. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for waking up with TD in the morning. And don't forget to support our sponsor, BetUS. I will see you guys soon. I got to prep for the Bleacher Report stream. All right. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you all so much. I'll see you soon. Peace. I'm out.